And I'm back, everybody. We're here for another Dragon Ball Daima episode review. Today's episode is episode 10, entitled Ocean. Oh yeah, you would think it's a beach episode, but no, it is not a beach episode. Before I go any further, please hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell right over there so you'll be notified of more reviews like this one. And if you want to support me even further, my Patreon link is in the description below. I appreciate anything you guys donate. We are trying to upgrade in 2025. We're gonna go so far beyond. We're almost close to 500 ish. Where we like? I want to say I'm at It's like 330 subscribers, I believe. Might have gone up in the time that I've done this, but I digress. Let's talk about this. So I always notice things in these intros because I pay attention to these things. And remember, in this intro, it looks like there's an eye in there that could be the evil third eye. As a matter of fact, the thing that I didn't mention, I'm pretty sure was in my notes, was that Gomah was like, how come I just didn't wish for the third evil eye? I don't know. The villains tend to be dumb, especially you Majins. You Majins, for some reason, are kind of dumb. Unless you're like evil scientists like Anrisu or Toa. Yeah, Toa. Mira is Toa's creation / husbandman. That thing that disappeared off of my screen, that was Majin Kuu. As a matter of fact, we're just gonna do 2 seconds. 2 seconds of Kuu. 2 sec. Yep, that's Kuu. All right, now we're back. Now we gotta get out of here. We gotta leave. We gotta leave. Can't show that. Can't show that. Yeah, you're not having Shueisha take my channel down. So last time we talked about was the fights, right? So we got the Goku crew, the Vegeta crew. We're gonna meet up, but let's talk about Kuu versus Tamagami number 1, or as I have in my notes, T1. So Kuu is just weird. Like, he does weird moves and then crawls on the ground and gallops on the ground and goes Kuu, and you would think, oh, that's cool. He looks strong. Do not get me wrong. Might not be stronger than Tamagami number 1, Tamagotchi number 1, Tamalama number 1, but he appears to be strong. Green energy blast and all that. You can feel the power there. It's just, it doesn't seem like he might be stronger than that. He even does a mouth blast too, I think. Very, very good fight. He does give up, though, realizing that he can't win. A lot of destruction, and you can see the despair on his face, or the panic on his face when Tamagami number 1, like, he would do a move and waiting for the dust to settle. Tamagami's right here. Move back, pow, 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 right here. It just goes, okay, I can't win. I give up. Which, to be able to challenge these things and it not be super hardcore, like you have to fight to the death. You keep fighting until you can't go. If you give up, they won't kill you. But if you don't and your pride is in the way, Vegeta, you might die. You might die, right? Anrisu wants to fire him, and I got to go in my notes for this freaking Kuu fight. Does a cool tornado spin, but Tamagami number 1 is whooping his ass. Hold on, keep going. She wants to fire him, and it was something funny within this conversation. Yep, Mr. Feet, sweat drop. She wants to fire him. He says you shouldn't. The thing was just too strong, but I'm pretty strong too. I'm a good singer and I got good stamina. So, you could send me to the store and I could pick up all your stuff. And she's just like looking like, now this is probably the most talkative and civil we've seen a Majin. All these things are Majins, but we'll just go with Majin being that's created like Boo. Ooh. This is the most civil we've seen an ooh, because usually they're, Kid Boo barks and slams his chest. Fat Boo, I don't know if it's because he ate the other the super elder Grand Kai, where he's like, Boo, eat you now. Boo want candy. We don't like you. Then there's, Super Boo, who talks like a normal person. He's just an asshole. And then you got the dark gray, skinny, ash looking Boo that just didn't say anything, which is all about destruction, much like Kid Boo with the barks and the ushis and stuff like that, right? Didn't really go ushi, he went stuff like that, right? But we are now in Demon World 2, and we get some juicy lore. So good, so delicious. Just wipe your mouth a little bit. We get some good lore, y'all. Demon World number 2. I'm gonna nickname this Water World, like the movie that no one likes, and that ride that was at Universal that I'm pretty sure that they closed down by now. I've never had a chance to ride on that. I've seen it in videos, but Water World, nothing but water as far as the eye can see. This is where the Namekians and the Glens come from. Very greenish, bluish colors, right? They have Krakens, which don't look like Krakens that we've seen before. Little mushroom heads and spiky. The tentacles are spiky. They are freaking massive. So big, in fact, Goku even says Vegeta, we can't take on those things right now, which makes me wonder, okay, is it because you're tiny? Because if y'all were like your adult size, which I'm trying to think, and DAIMA, are they in their 40s? Because I feel like in Dragon Ball Super, they're in their 50s. These guys are in their 40s. Vegeta is slightly older than Goku, so yeah, they're probably in their 40s. So maybe once they get back to that 40-year-old stage, it's like, oh, you're nothing, pew, kill you, right? Or Goku will just toss you to the other side of the planet. Get some of this sweet lore. But they go to the planet that used to be the Namekian planet. Literally looks like Namek. Like, go to Dragon Ball Z, Planet Namek, looks like New Planet Namek. Looks like what was that, the Cooler movie 2 with the big ghetto star, the big Getty star, the planet that it was attaching to, looks like that. All the trees, even Shin, or Nahare as his real name is, says they probably took some of their trees to replant there so it could be like home. So there's that. Where else here? Looking at Nahare. Bulma learns that Shin has a demon world name, Nahare, which is interesting. Piccolo, I love that not the plot, but the writing's like, hey, Bulma says, hey, this is your planet. He's like, I didn't grow up here. I grew up on Earth. And then Goku says, hey, you excited to be back? He goes, like I told Bulma, I'm not from here, but this place feels familiar and pleasant. It's kind of almost our imitating life. When people are like first generation, born in another country, and then you go back to the place their parents are from, and technically where their ancestry and ethnicity is from. It's like, okay, I wasn't born here, but some people feel a sort of kinship from those places. Small little note here. Goku was hungry. Oh crap, I just skipped a whole lot of parts here. We're gonna go back, but remember they're on the planet, but we're gonna go back a little bit. So reason why Goku's hungry and they don't have any foods, because when they got through there, the Gendarmerie, the group that is the police force of Gomah, 5 of their ships are there. They're having a dog fight, and then you quickly you forget until Goku goes, hey, open the back. Go, oh right, he can fly. Literally just jumps out, beats the planes up, like throw orb, destroys these things. I don't know how Gomah is watching them though. It's almost the same thing he did when they were like watching the videos of like the Buu saga that they were going through. I'm trying to understand that. I'm like, is there like a Lakitu? Is this like Super Mario 64 with like Lakitu or Lapitu or Lakitu? What is that thing? Because it's not Lapita. Lapita is an actress. Is Lakitu? I think Lakita, where he just has the camera on the stick in Super Mario 64 and he's just flying around. Is that what's going on? Like, is there an invisible flying thing or a visible flying thing that no one's paying attention to? Just going, oh yeah, he's just watching us. It's okay. But he's watching them. They destroy the planes. They get too close to the water because even Shin asks, hey, there's still Krakens here. Like, if you fly too close, they'll eat you. Plane gets gripped. It's about to get exploded. Pansy is smart as all hell. Oh yeah, I rewrote that later. Pansy is smart as all hell because she goes back in to get the Dragon Ball after, Shin and Gloria go, oh no, the Dragon Ball. She's like, no, that's why I risked my life to get this. Pansy wants a rest. I do also like the little small touches. I should have mentioned this later, but I'll mention it now. I like the touches where Glorio, Shin, and Goku, they're flying. Pansy's further behind them. And you get Shin going, maybe we should rest. And then Gloria going, okay, we will, because she's lagging behind. She can't keep up like them. And that's how they got to the planet. And Goku's like, oh, I should tell, Veggie Cakes where we are. And then we lost the plane. He can sense them. You got Pansy learning more about key abilities. She's like, what do you mean you can sense him? Which, hurry up and train her. Like, legit, just train her. She's like 83, has no training. By the time she is like 205, maybe she'll be as strong as you guys are right now. But let's learn about this story. I gotta go to the notes. I gotta go to the notey notes. So Bulma asks, why did the Glens and the Nameks escape? And he offers to tell them. And Goku's an ass and goes, I don't really care. We don't need to know that. And he's like, I'll keep it brief then. Because Bulma wants to know. So a long time ago, there was a good Supreme Demon King. The one of that age thought that they should expand. And I'm thinking he's in the intro. But no, this dude's not in the intro. This stupid thing. This dude is a brand new person. Now, I just hold. Guys, I don't know what it is about DAIMA that has great designs. But this guy, being blue with the red hair, the cool ass sword right there, as much as you can make out, that's a badass design. And the fact that the good one was the fat one. So, this big boy here, no name, should have gave us a name, but he wanted to expand. So he ordered the super powerful Majins known as Remus, I think it's Remus, to create, the universe, more universes. And they are the Remus are the highest authority of the universe. Do you want to know what they look like, guys? Do you want to know what the highest authority of the universe looks like? If you watch Dragon Ball Super, this should be very familiar. That's freaking Zeno. That's a Zeno. Like, Zeno is a baby version of that. With the little belt buckle and the little cute little thin arms. That looks like a Dragon Ball Super design. Because Super designs have very thin arms. I don't know why. Many universes were made. Like universe 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So many universes were made. So Majins went all over the universe. Remus selected the Glens to monitor universes as Supreme Kais. I'm going to show you this in a second. But remember, we got to remember that there are 5 trees that Glens come from, which will explain skin differentiation of colors. Differentiation of skin colors. Duh, you can say that so much better. And all those trees dried up and died. We'll get to what they did after that. Y'all, we get another Dragon Ball Super sighting. Do y'all remember him? Do y'all remember him at all? That's Gowosu. That's the one that Zamasu killed. And then these are the other, like the Tournament of Power. The Tournament of a P hour. That's all of those guys there, especially Fat Boy right there, especially Fatty right there. Like that's all of them. I think that's the lady. Is that the North one? Because if I remember correctly, and this is where I start to get into my, haha, I've seen Dragon Ball Z so many times as a kid and as a young adult. There were kinds of each cardinal direction, right? Like with King Kai, he's technically North Kai, I believe. Then there's East, West, and South Kais. But then we meet Shin and we get a flashback of when they were fighting Boo, which, you know, his master friend or whatever got eaten. That's why Boo was fat and jovial, blah, 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 blah. But there was like 3 other Kais with him that were Supreme Kais of different directions. But were they of different directions of Universe 4 or of Earth? You feel me? Right? You see where I'm going with this, right? Super really did a number on the lore because it doesn't. I try to understand it a little bit. So all these Kais, so we're just writing out the other ones, or did they actually exist? And there's more story behind that because there was a female Kai there with the mohawk that looked better than Shin's mohawk. Like I will say it up and down, the Kais, those outfit designs are so good. They are so amazing. My goodness. I wish we could see more people fight with those on, but I'm guessing that if you're wearing that, you shouldn't fight because then you're strong. And is the lore of Super still applying in DAIMA? Are there gods of destruction? He has not mentioned a god of destruction yet. He's also not mentioned if he dies, then the god of destruction dies. The lore is loring, and I like this lore so much more than GT and Super. If I'm gonna be honest, I like this lore a lot more. That rhyme. Anyway, even put in my notes, what about the North, South, East, West whole thing? Anyway. So when asked, does that make everybody's descendant of Majins? No, Earthlings and Saiyans emerged after all that. But then that also answers my question from the last review that I'm sure you watched about, so Cybermen are not space things, they're demon world things, which would make sense. Maybe Cybermen were a thing that someone took, they've been growing and all that other stuff, and it's across the galaxy, universes, whatever. And back then, Warp Sama was used very freely. People can go to different universes wherever they needed to go. Mini Glenn moved to a planet that were near the Remus. Abura, who we see in the intro, Daburas, Abura, Dabura, Kadabra, his predecessor. So how I put it, bad guys, bad people, bad things always feel threatened of something that could happen, even though it won't happen, i.e. Gomah, or i.e. anything that you see in political spirit nowadays. But anyway, he's like, oh man, there's a potential threat from the outside, so he's limited Warp Sama. So are Supreme Demon Kings like above the Kais? That they have control over warps and go, hey, no one can go anywhere. Because he even ordered, hey, Ryuma's grand authorities make all these things so we can expand. What's the hierarchy? And here I got a picture of a fat boy, and this is fat boy evil. This is bad fat, evil, bad, boo. Look at him with two chains. With his little 2 chains. But yeah. So there were a bunch of different glens. Remember I told you about the trees drying up and they're dead, and they eventually left. Now the problem with the Namekians were seen as very valuable. They have so many different abilities, so many different powers, and unfortunately they were treated as little more than slaves. Piccolo's black confirmed. Piccolo's black confirmed. Don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear it. Piccolo's black confirmed. But yeah, they were seen little more than slaves. They could do a bunch of different things. They could do a bunch of different abilities, which explains why they wanted to leave. Outside of the fact that Glorio even mentioned the original Namekian planet they're on, the water's dirty and the trees are like slowly dying. So yeah, Hebus let Shin know. He's like, yeah, man, you pretty smart. You kind of remind me of Degesu and Anrisu, but you know they're bad. I don't like them. He's like, yeah, those are my siblings. It's like, oh, all right then. Also, when asked how come Shin doesn't visit his home planet, he goes, there's really nothing there anymore, so no point. All right, it's time to leave. Time to move on. But at the end of this episode, we do get a little silhouette of a Namekian person. It's Neva. Remember Neva, the Namekian that went with Gomah in episode, like, was it 2 to help him do the wish? He's there. As a matter of fact, next episode is going to be called Legend, which we're going to see Vegeta versus Tamagami number 2. But I'm not done with all the extra stuff I have here, right? When Goku was taking on the Gendarmerie, Gomah and Degesu realized, oh crap, he really is that strong, because he took out all their forces pretty easily. We get more funny jokes, because I don't think this happened last episode. I think this happened this episode, where what's the fishy guy's name? Hebus looks at Bulma. You know, she's like, oh, my face is so smooth. I love it, because she's younger, right? And Vegeta's like, I can't wait for us to grow. And Hebus goes, want to be my wife? Vegeta's like, yo, she's married, son. And I'm okay with that. She can have 2 husbands. And he says, no, we're going to go back and we're going to grow. And Bulma says, well, you can grow and I can stay little. He goes, hell no, we're growing. And Hebus goes, oh, you like big boobs? And Vegeta goes, what? He says, do you want to get beat up? And Piccolo in the back, I love Piccolo in the back. Piccolo in the back is like, yeah, that must be true then. He must like the big boobs. Hilarious. Vegeta has offered some of his comedy, much like his fighting style, is a much different brand than what goes on with Goku, and I love it. I like that it's not always fish out of water, dum-dum. So now I won't call Goku fish out of water, but I like that it's not always like confused, don't know what to do. Like I like that. I also like that, once again, no, that's in the next review. I'll bring that up next review. This one though, is a 5 out of 5. That's that sweet lore and them cool ass Majin designs. I mean, I want to know more about the good Supreme Demon King. He looks like a cool video game character. I kind of want to make a D&D character based on this guy just because of his design. Dude got muscle and he fat. That's cool. And he got a little cape. He got a little cool little cape on too. Man, that dude look cool. Him and the captain of Pansy's dad, I can't remember his name, but the captain of that guard, her design is great too. Like Toriyama, he came out the bag. He just said, I'm gonna give y'all some of these really good designs. Thanks, Toriyama. 5 out of 5. Let me know what you thought of this episode. I love lore, especially from a series that didn't give too much lore to begin with. So this is great. Leave a comment down below. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified of more reviews like this one. Guys, thank you for taking some time to listen to me talk about this show. You want to support me even further, my Patreon link is in the description below. Whatever you choose to donate is very much appreciated. Please be good, be blessed. Be good to yourselves, be good to others, either way it goes. Don't be a jerk. Be safe out there. Bundle up where it's cold. My heart goes out to everyone out west with those wildfires. I hope that you and your family are safe. If you're feeling down and out and you're feeling feeling depressed, please reach out to somebody. There are people out there that would rather talk to you today than to miss you and mourn you tomorrow. I guarantee it. My social medias are in the description below. Give me a follow, send me a message, say hey, and hey, As long as you're not a jerk, I'll respond back. So until next time, y'all, I got to get out of here. We got the other review. Next review's tomorrow. So until next time, Special Beam Cannon.